Sarah, Josh, the information has been very scarce this evening, but I want to show you some more than I can tell you. You'll take a look, you'll see that it's a very active situation here. You've got Tennessee Highway Patrol on the scene right now, as well as you have the Carter County Sheriff's Department out here as well, and we were able to confirm that one deputy as well as one other person was in fact shot and taken to the hospital. The extent of their injuries we do not know at this point and time. But new information a little bit from THP, we know that they believe that the suspect is barricaded inside of a home here down on Dry Hollow Road. I'm going to step out of the way so you can see. Still a very active scene here. This is what we have been able to get since the last time we took our live shot. That is believed that the suspect is barricaded inside of a home here on Dry Hollow Road in Elizabethton. Well, Sarah, despite these unfortunate events that happened here at this Walgreens store in Blunkville tonight, police did have some good news to pass along. No one was injured during this armed robbery. And you're right, they are still here on the scene. If you'll take a look here, investigators' cars still here on the scene as they go through surveillance footage and try to put the puzzle pieces together and figure out exactly what transpired inside of this store. Yeah, they have gathered here. Just take a look here. I want to show you those people who have gathered outside the convention center here. Maybe about 15-20 minutes ago, we saw people started showing up, shouting a number of different things. United, the people will not be defeated. They are speaking out against Donald Trump rallying here in downtown Knoxville tonight. When talking with the police earlier today, I want to put some things in perspective here. They're saying that the limited light in this alley, it's a little bit dark now. I'm going to ask my photographer to turn the light off on our camera so you can see just how dark it is out here. We haven't gone off the air or anything, but this is just to show you how dark it is out here when there's no street lights. And kind of what they're doing now is sifting through, talking to witnesses and trying to put the puzzle pieces together to find out exactly what took place, what transpired here yesterday when Angela Williams was struck and eventually lost her life after that vehicle hit her. Investigators tell me that this investigation itself is far from over. Anthony says at this point things continue to spiral out of control. Police reports show that Donnie Rogan and Azur Guj attempted to run the victims off of this road and eventually confronted them in this Walmart parking lot.
News Channel 11's Curtis McCloud joins us now at the courthouse tonight. Protesters are already gathering. Now, Curtis, the discussion no doubt will be heated at times, but there are some rules in place for protesters, right?
Yeah, it will be very heated, Sarah, you know, and there are those rules in place for protesters. But I want to show you something right now. We've had some developments within the last 25 minutes before when I was last on air. Take a look down here. You'll see that the streets here towards the courthouse have been blocked off by police, by authorities in all four corners here on this side and on this side as well. We also witnessed a convoy of Confederate flag supporters trying to come down this way. The streets have been blocked off here. So if you are heading towards the downtown area, down towards the Greene County Courthouse, do know that the streets are blocked off. Now, I want to take you behind me here. You'll see protesters on both sides of the argument here lining the outside of the courthouse. You have those who say they do not want this resolution to pass. It will go towards a commission vote tonight here at 6 o'clock in about 30 minutes. The flashing amber lights are now gone, and so are most investigators. But still, the wounds are fresh on Deputy Jenna Markland's face, the wounds of a shooting victim, the wounds of a survivor.
I think I feel a lot better than I look.
Fresh out of a hospital bed, Deputy Markland told me this afternoon she's ready to go back to work.
I'd come back tomorrow if they would let me.
It's safe to say that becoming a Carter County Sheriff's deputy is part of her destiny, Jenna's birthright, so to speak.
Law enforcement to me it's a family business. My dad was in law enforcement for years. He actually used to be the chief here at Carter County.
So on Wednesday night, Jenna did what was natural instinct for her. She put her training at the academy to use.
You go to work every day expecting something like this to happen. You have to be prepared and ready.
That night, Jenna and several other deputies, along with the Carter County Sheriff, were involved in a shootout with this man, 36-year-old Kelly Pitts.
When I first heard shots fired, is that I've got to get out of the vehicle. And I tried my best to get out. And I ended up getting out and crouching back behind one of the cars.
Those patrol cars were riddled with bullets. Authorities have since told us that Pitts was armed and fired at deputies with an AK-47 assault rifle. Still, Deputy Markland and the others on scene that night never wavered.
My main goal was, watching my fellow officers' backs and, keep myself safe as well.
So today, Deputy Jenna Markland is proud and thankful that she's alive to tell this tale. In Carter County, Curtis McCloud, News Channel 11, in your corner.
This is grass growing up through the asphalt.
We started at Stevensbrook Road.
Right here.
Then it was on to Harrison Road. Greene County Commissioner Eddie Jennings showing us asphalt, he says, is in desperate need of repair. And it's only been a year since both roads were paved.
You can see it's already creeled over right here. Right here, there's a half-inch fall right here.
From buckled bumps to full-out cracks in the road, Commissioner Greene says he wants these problems repaired before they get worse.
It won't be long until this is going to turn into potholes.
Jennings says he's already mentioned the problems to Road Superintendent David Weems, so we decided to check in with him ourselves.
One road had about 100 feet of cracked area, but I noticed in both roads the cracked surface area was in where the woods and the trees were.
And according to the superintendent, that's a big problem. He says the roads were cracking because of trees drawing moisture out of the ground.
Especially in the heat of the summer where it's real dry, causing that soil to shrink possibly is what's caused these roads to crack.
Roads that might take quite a while to fix. Weems says that's because the county doesn't have the proper equipment, and it could take a while to get it. He says it's an inexpensive fix, only with the right tools. Until then,
we will be monitoring those because we don't want to lose that road.
In Greene County, Curtis McCloud, News Channel 11 in your corner.
Dear Santa Claus, we have been very good this year.
For more than a decade, Johnson City mail carrier Valorie Hall has gotten thousands of letters.
I get a lot of letters.
From children eager to get their Christmas demands to old St. Nick.
He needs a new tooth.
So she works hard every year.
Because it's about the kids.
Mostly on her own time, just to make sure each child's letter makes it to the North Pole and into Santa's hands.
He gets everyone, he reads everyone, but then he gives them to his elves to make sure that they get their letter back, and then they get to me, and I make sure they get delivered.
All this while still handling her day-to-day deliveries. She says working for Santa is near and dear to her heart.
Let's see if there's letters in here. Oh, look.
Her start as a helper dates back many years ago when her own children wrote letters to Santa.
When my babies were little, I wanted them to get a special letter back from Santa, and I actually paid for it. And then I found out the post office sends them to Santa, and they come back free, and you don't even need to put a stamp on your letter to Santa.
This year, Santa got about 300 letters. That's down half of the number of letters he's gotten in years past.
Hopefully, it lets them know that there is somebody out there who knows what they need. You may not get everything you wanted under the tree, but there's somebody out there who cares.
Cares like Valorie Hall does. On Christmas Eve, she goes out and hand-delivers some letters that may not make it in time. She recalled seeing the reaction of one young girl.
The little girl dropped her gift, ran straight to the door, and said, "See, I told you Santa would write me back."
It's that reaction, that hope and joy that keeps Valorie going each year.
Moments like that, you know, it means a lot to them as well.
Lending a helping hand to not just Santa, but to the many children who still believe.
How about that? I just like
love
that,
it.
right? Wasn't that good? I love to see stories like that, especially during this time of year.
I know.